welcome to the Relishing Dead podcast, where we devour everything in the TWD universe. I'm Dawn.
I'm Carol.
I'm Eliza.
I'm Barb.
Barb. So tonight we're going to discuss episode 2 of The Ones Who Live, titled Gone. So I really enjoyed this episode. I don't know about you all, but I really did. I enjoyed it a lot, and I love the new characters they introduced. Get started, or everybody want to give their thoughts?
I liked it. I was a little confused last week because I thought that this was the first episode because we watched this episode before we watched the first episode. So I'm glad that we're now on this episode now that we can discuss it without any spoilers.
Yes.
I liked it. There was several characters, mainly one that I loved. Mm-hmm. And Pam, yes, I agree with you. That was Nat. And we got to see some insights into Michonne that I kind of dug, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like seeing the arc of Michonne. I think we really got to see a real broken Michonne and kind of facing the fact that she may need to go home. Like you guys, I think Nat has become a fan favorite, and to hell with you, AMC, for killing him off.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked it. I am very worried about Rick, but other than that, I really enjoyed the episode. And now I'm looking forward to them together. We kind of had a building of his episode, her episode. Now we need a them episode going forward.
Yeah, I absolutely enjoyed it too. Of course, we're all talking about Nate being the fan favorite, and remember the last time I screamed at the television was when Tara died, and I think I did it this time. It's like, because you get to know these characters, and it sucks. It's like the whole group she was with is gone. And so I was telling Dawn earlier, I was like, Maggie's whole group was introduced, and then they're all gone. Mm-hmm. Good episode, though. I still feel that going back to last time, like Dawn said, there's still a little bit of a broken Rick there. Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit concerning. And what was concerning to me, and I'm sure you guys will be an insight on this one, is that, they were out in the open, get the hell out of there, and he's bringing her back into where he can't escape, so, but I enjoyed it. And the first Walker on screen before the episode even started was the bomb.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think that shows how terrified Rick is of the CRM. We don't know what happened the whole time he's been there. So to me, to see that fear in him, to be like, oh my gosh, they're coming, instead of running and escaping, he knows. I guess he's afraid they're going to, like we find out at the end of the episode, he's probably afraid they're going to go to Alexandria. So
now he's bringing Michonne into the circle. It's like, you can't escape. What makes you think, they're a good team together, but I don't know.
Yeah, but if I was stuck somewhere and you came and found me, I'd want you stuck with me.
This is true. But like I said, and Ben's in the comments with Tara too. The last time I remember screaming at the television was Tara, and I don't remember myself doing that. I remember being upset of deaths, but when Nate took it, I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Yeah.
God. He was such a there was just something about him that he's a fan favorite. There's something about his acting is just spot on. He's adorable.
Yeah.
He goes back to Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can thank AMC for introducing us to people we're going to love and then taking them away from us immediately.
We should know better by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we felt the same way about Okafor, because he would have been a great character development on the whole series. And you all had talked about that. They'd rather bring in somebody that we like and love and immediately have a connection with, kill them off, instead of something happening to a main character,
Right.
There was one thing I noticed, I'm sure you'll bring it up or have slides, but like, when Michonne finally finds him, she says, "I found you." Mm-hmm. It's, his last words was, "I found them," so I just thought that was pretty cool.
I felt a lot of you guys in your callbacks. I felt a lot of those in this episode. There was a lot of similar callbacks I felt in this whole episode.
I only got a few. I didn't get a whole lot. The only thing I got was in the beginning. I felt like that was like Jenny's crew, like in the beginning from Fear. Did you all get that vibe?
Oh, oh yes. I thought, oh, there's Virginia sitting
Yes.
across the table. Virginia, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was Aiden's sister, Elle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally got that Virginia feel about her. All she needed was that little crazy hat.
Mhm.
I love how they still had oxygen in the oxygen tanks, though.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Well, see, and that,
Convenient.
Yeah.
that was a callback to the governor when he went
Got
looking
the-
for the oxygen, as well.
Mhm.
But we were only, 3-4 seasons in. We could believe there was still oxygen left. Or
Yeah, this
tanks
is like
around.
Now.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's older. Yeah. So you want to look at some of your slides, Carol?
Yeah. Everybody's commenting about how much they loved him, and Regina said he was wonderful. Ben said Melissa heard me yell, "Some bitch!"
So big.
Yell, "Some bitch!" So
Yeah. Smoking
Open
hot.
hot.
You crazy.
I mean,
I
it
love
fits, right?
I love it.
There was a lot of fire in this episode, so it just made sense. Hello.
And the opening credit was different this time. It had Michonne on one side and no Rick.
Right. But we like the red better.
Right, we
We
like
like
it.
the Rick. We like the Rick better.
So I just kept it because really, this is Rick's story.
Oh,
So-
but come on.
Even Kiki agrees with me. She's like, "Oh my God, Rick is so dang fine."
See?
Yes,
Yep.
baby, he is.
Y'all are killing me, Smalls. Yeah. There's Virginia 2.0.
Yes.
So the opening, and you had said, about the walker with the bombs and stuff, and they kind of showed that, but the real episode opens up when Michonne is being interrogated and talking to what's her face's sister, and you get that whole Jenny feeling, and of course then Nat walks in and he doesn't even pay attention to anybody that's in the room. He just goes straight up to her and he's like basically calling her everything but an unwanted stepchild.
Yeah,
And,
I'm surprised she didn't ask her how many times do you go to the bathroom during the day, like the Commonwealth
Like
asked.
Commonwealth did, yeah.
right.
So anyway, so we have that whole interaction, and and then Nat turns around and sees, and of course I'm horrible with names,
Aiden
Yeah.
and Bailey. Yeah.
right? And just freaks out and has that whole interaction with Michonne. She can have a damn horse, that whole thing, which I found hysterical because the whole time Michonne's just looking at him just with this smile in her eyes, like, "Oh, I like this guy."
Mhm.
So, and I'm kind of minimizing the slides so we have an opportunity to talk about them. So I just chose some pertinent ones, like the Gypsy Caravan.
Mhm.
They had covered wagons and gypsy wagons and horses. I want to know where these people were going.
I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're just staying moving. They just stay
Nomad.
moving.
Yeah.
Constantly
Yeah,
moving and
just
staying away
constant
from the
moving.
big bird.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they have the whole conversation on the back of the gypsy wagon. And then we find out where Michonne's uniform comes from, where her armor comes from.
Mhm.
That was some fast ass sewing.
I know.
all Nat wanted was one night.
One night, and we have full armor. I'm like, really? Okay.
And
Yeah.
weapons.
Yeah. And I love the gesture of handing her the journal. You might not be able to talk to them, but they'll still hear your story.
Right. I liked that too. And it was also reminiscent of the fact that Rick had spent all these years writing her letters. So it
Yeah.
kind of tied them together that they were basically doing the same thing at the same time.
But by this time, Rick's burned his.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I didn't understand why, but
I think he just kind of got. I think he got to that point, the same point that Michonne got to by the fireside with Nat, is I can still believe that they're out there, but I'm just not going to ever find them.
Yeah.
And I think he had to for his own sanity and to survival, he had to get rid of all those things that held him still to Alexandria and to Michonne.
Mm-hmm. And Elizabeth, you're right. Nat is a genius engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we learned that about him.
And a
later.
good shot.
Yeah.
One shot, he gets the helicopter.
Yeah.
All right. I liked this scene, and I'm going to tell you why. You ready for this? We got a little bit of foreshadowing going on. Does anybody see the color of the sweater?
Green.
It's a
Fluorine green.
greenish yellow, and it's the same color as the gas that is used later on in the episode.
Fluorine gas, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting that they, again, color theory in film, you got to love it.
Well,
You know what I took from this scene? I don't know if you did or any of you. When Andrew Lincoln was talking about how he wanted Rick Grimes to end, and he talked about him
Yes.
and the Cure and that parting.
Yes.
I said he wrote that.
Yeah.
He had to. That parting right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
it was like parting of the Red Sea for
Yes,
Moses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're right, Dawn. I thought exactly of that when he was talking about that at the con, and he was saying how he wanted the ending to be.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Dang, look at all those walkers.
And the whole time I'm sitting there going, man, they need some whisperers in there to lead the horde away.
I actually thought that there might be some whisperers in there.
There could be, but that I don't think even, I mean, you can see by the look on her face is we've never even seen anything that large.
Right.
And the whole thing of the migration pattern, that was crazy that they were talking about is they'll come down south for a few months and then they'll go back up north for a few months. I'm like, oh shit. So my theory of going to Canada during apocalypse is kind of screwed.
But do you remember when they went up on the ridge in the mothership? They went up on the ridge and they looked down and they saw all of Alpha's herd.
Yeah.
It was very reminiscent of this size.
Yeah.
The ones that she was keeping in the valley.
Yeah. They said it was 5 miles wide. That's a big.
Yeah.
That's big.
That's big. So she's looking and she sees these blue or purple explosions, the light, and all of a sudden the sea starts to part.
Yeah.
She's looking around and she's trying to figure it out, and we realize that it's Nat and the group of people that have left.
Yeah. You notice he never really tells her what creates the purple. He just talks about how the fuel's there and how he builds things, but he never said how he makes it purple.
Right. And Anissa, you're right. They did have a Tales episode about herd migration. I think that was the one that pertained to the one that Dawn liked with the scientist. Was that right?
With Anthony Edwards, yeah.
Right.
And I'm wondering if the CRM uses this horde for protection or whatever too.
That's a good possibility. And then they have the conversation over the campfire. And we find out that what's-her-face is pregnant.
Yeah.
What's her face?
What's-her-face?
Aiden. Aiden.
I'm terrible with names. It's horrible.
Was it Elle or? Yeah, you were right.
No, she's Aiden. Yeah.
Elle is the sister, the one that was in charge. And of course, Nat is just flipping that lighter the whole time. And you're wondering if it's a nervous twitch or what it is. And we find out later he's obsessed with it. He is a pyro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True and true.
I love, though, at the end, Michonne flipping it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that
It
was
had his stepfather's name on it.
danger. Yeah. I remember that name.
Of course.
Trivia.
Trivia.
Right. I love this interaction when we get to hear about Nat's backstory.
Yeah.
I love that. And of course, that's just AMC fucking with us and making us love him and want him
Yeah.
to stick around, and all the while they're just going to take him away from us.
Yeah.
Is this the first time Michonne has seen a helicopter?
Oh, I don't know. I think it might-
Possibly.
I think it is. I think it
Yeah.
is because she looked pretty surprised when she saw it up.
yeah,
But-
because I've seen it, Negan's seen it.
Isn't it interesting that she saw the helicopter through the reflection on the building? And oh, isn't that how Rick saw the helicopter on the reflection on the building?
Yeah.
Yes. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was really cool that they did that.
And didn't everybody think of World Beyond when they seen this?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And there's that smoke, same color as the sweater of that walker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ben, one episode interaction with him was a waste of talent. I agree. He should not have been a one and done character.
So the question is was Rick flying the helicopter that dropped the gas, or was that a different group?
Probably a different group.
I think it was a different group because we don't see him
Mhm.
doing that flyover
Yeah.
in his episode.
Because there's
Well, plus-
there's quite a bit of a time lapse
Time
while they're
lapse.
trying to recover.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we know that the fallout from this, Nat's trying to pick the lock. We know that Aiden.
So was that and that was tough with Aiden when she tells Bailey to tie her to the bed. What was that? Was it Dawn of the Dead with Vin Rain, where they're in the mall and the woman's pregnant and she tells his wife that they've got to tie her to the bed too because she could turn. But I thought that that was kind of a reference to another zombie movie.
I gotcha.
And I love they call them whalers.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, whalers.
All these different terms. Yeah, Kayla said that it was Dawn of the Dead. That's
Dawn
the
of
one.
the Dead. Okay, Dawn of the Dead. Yeah. It was, but that was tough, and I hated. Yeah.
They went through all of this with Michonne and everything just to end up here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a nice mall. Had beds, had
It was
food, had oxygen tanks.
Yeah, everybody was tired. Everybody was gone except for her, and it's how he set the cabinet on fire to keep Bailey from him.
Yeah. There it is. The display case, the jewelry display case.
And I love her determination to rebuild her strength and try and get strong again.
So this reminded me of her working out in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rebuilding her strength back up.
Yeah.
What would you say that was a jewelry case?
It was a jewelry.
Did you see the mermaid necklace in there?
I did not. I did not. But now that you mention it, I'll go back and I'll look.
Right? Exactly.
And I love the fact that she's got a pet again.
Yeah, that's a good callback right there as well.
It was so cute.
Hey, it does the job.
Well, what you use what you have.
That's right.
And so that was, so looking back at some of the callbacks, like we talked about before the show was, the governor going and getting the oxygen tanks, Michonne going and getting oxygen tanks. Their caravan group of people that split off with them, kind of like Maggie's group, they showed up and then they gone. And now we've got another reference to having a pet pulling the wagon.
Mm-hmm. And Tina Steinberg mentioned that she had a prison flashback. And then somebody, Anissa said that Herschel was tied down to a bed in the prison, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
So
And this
I
scene
really
that
like
you-
what, babe?
Okay. I was just going to say this scene here broke me with Michonne when she finally broke out into the worst cry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I mean, she went through almost every single pile of burnt, charred human remains just to check to see,
Yeah. Mhm.
if he was in those piles,
And
which
it
is a
was, you
lot
know,
like
yeah, and it
Just
was
like
so
when Glenn was looking for Maggie in the tunnel, he made sure he
or
looked at every single one.
when Maggie looked on the bus.
Yep.
Hmm.
and it was so important for Nat to tell her none of them had shoes. You know,
Mhm.
so nobody there was wearing shoes, and I loved I loved their conversation or his conversation with him that it's okay to continue to believe, but to go home at the same time.
Mhm.
Don't risk it. Don't risk. And even Aiden said that to her. Go back. Don't risk it.
Yeah. And it's interesting because they both had that moment of giving up or giving over, you
Mhm.
know, just conceding to the fact that they're not going to find each other.
Yeah.
So.
It's kind of that old adage, when you stop looking for love, it'll show up. And it
Oh,
Yeah.
did
bullcrap.
in the helicopter.
Door
I was like,
bullcrap.
No, no.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. And Jennifer says to know when to go. That's what they said. You're right.
To know when to go.
So now we're back in the same time frame as Rick. And I guess they're headed back to Alexandria. Is that what it is? Okay, so they're headed back to Alexandria. They're getting closer. Even Nat says something about her getting closer so that she uses the walkie-talkie.
Right. And I love that she calls Judith Shoto, which
Yeah.
is Japanese for sword. And so I thought that was so cool that she calls her Shoto.
Mhm.
And isn't she Daito?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shoto and Daito.
Michonne wanted those CRM men to see who killed them. You're right, Kiki.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And she smiled just like Rick did.
Yeah, she did.
Well, especially what they did. She was.
Yeah.
And she only cut her throat, so she's letting them turn.
Yes.
Right. Well, shot.
Yeah, he is.
Even with his little hand brace thing where he lays his hand on there. And then, of course, the picture on the right was the reason that I knew that it was Rick from the first episode.
Right.
Because it all came together.
Yes.
He shot that screaming stick at him.
Mhm. Yeah. So, yes, I had to put the picture of them kissing, being reunited.
Yeah.
Although it pained me to do so.
Like some serious helicopter crash for most of them to survive.
Yeah, I think the only one that didn't get out alive was
Okafor.
Okafor. Everybody else survived the crash.
Yeah.
Rick's just such a great pilot.
He was right. Yes, he is. We can call him Sully.
I will have to say in this scene, it didn't break me that they saw each other and reunited, or it was when he said, "Is Judith okay?" And that broke me. Then then the tears went.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that was the first thing that he asks her.
Mm-hmm.
But
And I love that.
he is, this from here to the end of the episode, it's such a, like you guys said earlier, such a broken Rick. He's so fearful, he's so fearful, and
but think about the Walking Dead series and now this, it's all been focused on protecting Judith. Where's Judith? We got to protect Judith. Everybody's come together because of Judith.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I love that that's the first thing he says.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she she's like, the rest later. By the way, there's an RJ to go with the Judith.
It's so sad because it's like RJ is just like pushed to the side.
Yeah, she's like, later. There might not be a later. Tell him now.
Exactly, right?
But there's so much that he's missed,
Mm-hmm.
that, all of that would probably be too overwhelming for him. Because you could see he was kind of like in an oh shit mode. I've got to take anything from you. Don't let them know who you are. Don't let them see who you are. You
Right.
know, it was just a complete fear. And yeah,
Well-
this was horrible. Is it him? Is it him? Boom.
Yeah. Gone. And Rick's just like, I'm sorry about your friend.
Get used to it,
More
Michonne.
More emotion.
Yeah. Sorry about your friend.
There it is.
There's the look. And of course, she's got her hands up just like he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the look right there that he gave him.
Yeah. Pam says, I think she thinks he might break, and for now he needs his wits about him. I would agree with that, Pam.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I don't
right.
really, I kind of think that, but I also think where she's thinking when he said one of the last times I tried to escape, and she's thinking, what do you mean one of the last times? Because you kind of seen it on her face.
Yeah.
So why would she want to tell him this if he's give up trying to get back?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And this, you know, when they're interrogating her, it reminded me of how her and the council used to interrogate the newcomers like Magna and Yumiko and Luke, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and being recorded, but you know, she's being recorded the whole time.
And
Who's
live.
Dana? Did we
Who's
know,
Dana?
was there a Dana?
I don't know. She just pulled that name out of her ass, I think, and just went with it.
Or like our lovely Carrie Genzel, how she interviewed.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If it had been me, I would have used somebody that I could rely on, you know, and know their character well, like, you know,
Mhm.
Aggie or something like that.
Right.
Deanna. Who's Deanna?
Who's
Deanna.
There you go.
Who's
Who's Deanna?
Eliza?
That's Jennifer Davidson just said the same thing.
Who's Deanna?
Brandy said Rick basically lied to her, said he would get them out, but then inside he changed it up. Why didn't she tell him they have a son? Ugh.
She may have to spark him to go, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, and Jennifer said recording in Alexandria because that's what Deanna and them used to do is record them. But what I didn't understand is like, you know, she's interrogated, but now she's just walking around
I know. It was quick.
And she's got a jacket.
and she's got a jacket. She's just walking around wherever she
Sure.
wants.
Still has her shoes.
Yeah.
So so the ones that wear the jacket, they're the consignees. So maybe she's been given a job there at the docks or something, at least some kind of
Yeah.
a dock or something.
Who knows?
Well,
I just-
maybe Jade has seen the video and she's keeping tabs on her that way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we know that's Jadis that watches the video.
Right, but I'm just
Mhm.
saying she's watched the video and she's put her there so she can keep an eye on her.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. Excuse me. Whew.
Now you can't tell me that these two characters don't love each other.
I don't say that the characters don't love each other. What I'm saying is that I don't believe that they love each other because I don't believe that the actors have the energy or
Charisma.
the charisma with each other as lovers. There's no
It's more friends.
exactly. I could believe that they're best friends and that they're sitting around drinking a bottle of whiskey, talking about, you know, chicks and guys and all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't believe that they want to bump uglies. I'm sorry, but
Yeah. The bump ugly.
They did a lot in the van
And
when they
he
were
could-
scavenging.
That's what I was thinking. They did a lot
Look,
of it
he
on the trip.
he could push me up against a CRM truck any day of the week. That's all I'm saying.
And she came out smiling, so you can't tell me there's no connection there.
Oh, but look at him. Lord have mercy. Just drink it in.
But you can definitely see the brokenness in him here when he's talking
Yes.
to her. I
Yes.
mean, you know, if I give you a note, burn it immediately or get rid of it immediately. You know, it's just he's so paranoidly frightened of her being there, of trying to leave now. And of course, we're going to find out why in just a moment.
It also reminds me again when I said he's back in the same place with Negan, because remember, he didn't want to fight Negan. Michonne's the one that wanted to fight Negan. She talked him to fight. Now we're back in the same spot.
Yeah.
He's broken. Michonne wants to fight. She already said, can we beat him? Can we, you know what I mean? She's already in that mode again. So,
About how
She's the fight.
And I think when she crawls up on top of that shipping container, she realizes, oh shit, we can't beat them.
no, she's
Right.
thinking to burn it all down.
Burn this motherfucker down.
Can we just take a moment?
Oh Lord,
Yes.
y'all are
Yeah.
so rotten.
He's beautiful.
I do
Come on.
like it with that longer, curly, shaggy hair.
Yes.
And I think he perms it, doesn't he?
I don't
Like, he
care.
perms-
I don't care.
like, I don't care. I remember Norman just talking about it, giving him a hard time that he permed his hair. It was like a joke.
Kiki, I agree with you. I think he's scared for her, and I think he probably wishes she wasn't there because now he can't. Now,
No.
because he thinks there's no way either of them will get out.
No, I
Right.
think he's happy she's there now because he has somebody with him.
Just like John and Barb.
Yeah, so Bart can be stuck with me.
No, Lord. Barb's gonna be like, I gotta get out of here.
See ya.
How do we get out of here? How do we get out of here?
Where's Dawn? Get it. I'm out.
You'd leave me behind.
Now, I would definitely be the one sitting there with a glass of whiskey just going, all right, what the fuck are you doing?
I knew that was Jadis too.
Yes. As soon as we saw her, we saw the monitors, you know, and the arm, the shoulder, I knew that it was her. And I just love the interaction between the two of them. And there's Michonne up on the rooftop, just drinking it all in, looking at what they're going to be facing.
And she did that too with Hope. Was it Hope or Hutch? Huck, where she poured the drink. I think it was Huck.
Uh-huh.
She poured the drink.
Yeah.
Jadis is just so freaking. She's one of those good ones you like to hate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's such a great character.
Mhm.
And you never know what to expect from her. That's what I love about her characters, because one minute she's just this insane psychopath, and the next minute she's completely switching the gears and turning into somebody that you think you can trust.
Mhm.
It scared the shit out of me when she said, I will kill everybody you love, even the people that I like. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And
That's
you
some
know,
serious words.
it was so good to see her use some of her old dialect. You know, yes, yes, yes. You know, and they do have a long-standing deal, and that's probably been part of that deal of when she got him back there was, I will save you. You will stay here. You're not leaving, or I will kill everyone. Which is kind of surprising then that he would continue to try to escape, right? If she
I
had
think-
threatened.
Something else. I think it's
Yeah.
something else. I think where they showed filming, I think I talked about this earlier. They showed filming last year pictures, and Jadis has long hair. So I think we're going to learn a backstory of what's going on and what their deal is.
I hope so.
So do you think the threat of dropping the chlorine gas on Alexandra is a new threat?
Mhm.
You think that's it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a new threat or I'm just wondering, like, if he lost any of his memory, like, then gained it back, like maybe wasn't always trying to escape. Like, there's a lot we don't know in those few years of what happened. So maybe they'll fill us in with him and Jadis. Because, you know, he can't just be 100% back after being blown up on a bridge.
And that's what I was saying. I really do believe that would be a good part of the story. I thought maybe the whole time he had amnesia. I didn't know that he knew about who he was and whatnot. But I do believe he definitely had amnesia at one point in time.
I do too. I mean, you can't be blown up on a bridge and be sane.
So he's been there for what, 6 years, 7 years now.
Mhm.
Yes.
So you can also get to that Stockholm syndrome, where you eventually feel like your captor is your friend and your only means of survival.
Mhm.
And so I think he's kind of at that point right now of saying, I've got to go in. I've just got to do this. I've got to be in with them, But I do wonder if the threat of, killing everyone at Alexandria is a new threat and not part of their original deal.
I think it is, because in those scenes that you see, they're like, Rick is like arguing at her, like he's like barking at her. You know what I mean? If he was intimidated by her, he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
With
And
that
now,
threat.
yeah. And I love that line. I'm just going to ask you, and pardon my language, what the fuck are you doing, Rick? I just like, yeah, I want that shirt.
She'll sign it for you at camp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But she's it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. I think there's going to be a major fight between her and Michonne.
Well,
I hope so.
I think we've already kind of seen from preview photos. There's a couple of preview photos that we've seen that there's definitely a car chase
Mm-hmm.
between Jadis and Michonne.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen that. So we know that there's some sort of interaction between the two of them that gets pretty hairy.
Like Negan and Rick.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those long, drawn out,
Fights.
type of fights where it involves cars and then fist fights and stuff like that. So
Brandy says they're going to have to kill her. Yeah, they're probably going to have to kill Jadis, or she'll, divulge where Alexandria is and say, you need to take these people out.
right.
They're
Yeah.
a threat to the resources.
And
Because
then,
I still think there's a connection to the Commonwealth and the CRM.
oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if that was through Lance's care or through Lance, or if that was through Pamela Milton. But I still think we're going to see, because it doesn't show up on the map anywhere. But I still think there is some kind of a connection.
Well,
Well,
Lance
I was
made that statement to Pamela. There's people out there that's going to wonder what I'm missing.
Right.
yeah. So maybe Lance is the connection. But Ben said that Jadis was just waiting for the end where she sleeps with Rick. So
Yeah, she still wants Rick, which I don't blame her.
I lay with him. I would lay with him after.
I mean, personally, I think they have more connection than Michonne and Rick.
But don't you think it's funny that General Bill's not really in it? Like, she's keeping all this. She's going to have to. Jadis is going to have to answer to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
'cause
feel
I-
like since Hilltop's gone, Kingdom's gone. This is just my theory. They're going to chlorine gas Alexandria, and it's going to be gone. That's why all the people are going to come back together.
Oceanside's gone.
Yeah, Oceanside's gone.
So they're all going to come back to Commonwealth, which is why Commonwealth is still standing.
Yes, that's my theory.
There you go, Dawn. Dawn's predictions. That's what we need to have next week, is Dawn's predictions.
I
But I just think that would make them come back.
Mhm.
Daryl hear that Alexandria was attacked. They're going to come back. Negan and Maggie, they're going to come back.
Well, haven't the majority of them already moved over to the Commonwealth anyway?
Yeah, but Aaron's at Alexandria, isn't he? Barb?
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, Barb.
I don't know. I mean, he was working at the Commonwealth for a little while, but did he go back?
I
No,
thought he said
I
that he
think-
would never leave Alexandria. That was
Yeah.
his
I think they went back because that was when who showed up over there, and that's when we got the shot of Chandler working in the fields. That's when he came back and did that crop scene.
Okay.
You had to really
That was in
leave.
Alexandria.
That's where they had. Okay, yeah, where
Yeah.
they had their dinner.
Mhm.
We
And
gotta
Carol's
save
in
Aaron.
the head of it, and Ezekiel's the head of it.
I
Yeah.
was like, we gotta save Aaron and Gracie.
Jason. Or yeah. She gonna get everybody killed. No, Aaron, they are back at there are some that are back at Alexandria.
Well, Virgil was at Alexandria too, and we never saw him again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Lydia's there.
Right.
Lydia and what's his name? Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm hoping that they aren't just blowing smoke and mirrors and that we do get a reunion series. Yeah, a season 2. Oh, I thought that was green chlorine gas.
I get balloons doing this.
What the hell? Last week it was hearts. This week it's balloons.
I don't know what I did.
That was
Not like that.
yeah, that was kind of different.
No, with your 2 fingers.
I know, and it did it.
Dawn's making all kind. I thought balloons were like for Carol's birthday or something.
Happy birthday, Carol.
We're gonna do balloons again.
It's not doing it now.
That was weird.
Casey's on here. He says, what were those balloons? And he's laughing.
Right? Exactly.
It's for Carol's birthday.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's right. That's what it
That's
was.
what we'll
That's
go
what it
with.
was.
Yes.
And for Kay's.
Yeah.
Yes. And for
Thursday.
Kate.
Kay's birthday's today.
And Randy Nichols was yesterday.
Yes, and Randy.
Yeah,
Randy's one of my birthday triplets. Him and me and Blaze.
that's funny.
I see if I did.
Do it. Try to do it straighter, like your fingers at the
This is
camera.
what we do during the podcast. Is we just do.
The peace symbol.
We do finger puppets.
So funny.
Finger puppets.
I got some finger puppets.
I'm doing
No,
it.
Hearts. That's not doing it. Well, darn.
No. I think though Matthew Jeffers gets the MVP award for best acting.
Yes. Love him.
Yes.
I'd love to have him at camp. Camp Gods. Can you
Yes,
hear
we're using StreamYard.
Yes.
It doesn't
Yeah,
work on my phone.
Thank gods, we need him.
Casey, are you out there?
There we go. There we go.
Hello.
I thought, like you guys said, it was just an iPhone thing.
Did it
I
work?
think it is. I think it's just an iPhone thing. I'm not on my phone, so I can't test it.
Yeah.
So, since Talking Dead has refused to come back and be our psychologist couch to talk about all of our sad stuff, Eliza,
Oh, yes. We have an in memoriam that we're going to begin doing. The Gone But Not Forgotten.
Yes.
The first Lieutenant Colonel David Okafor. Gas Can Stan.
Oh,
Awesome.
Gas Can Stan. Aiden. Bailey. And last but not least, Nat.
yeah.
They're gone but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten and taken way too soon. Except for Gas Can Stan.
Yeah.
And they will always be part of the TWD family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okafor and Nat, those were the two for me, for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
They
I
could.
thought
They
were
both could have had
strong.
such great storylines going forward. Really,
Yeah.
really good storylines.
Yeah, those were really good characters, and they could have done so much more with them and given us so much more.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I didn't care about Bailey and Aiden.
We could have got Nat back to Alexandria. He could have hooked up with Carol.
Right?
There you
That's
go.
just
Power
wrong.
couple right there.
Carol and Nat.
That's just
I love
wrong.
it.
I guess
And they
that
would have
was,
been called Cat.
that's right. They would have been Cat instead of Carol. They would have been Cat. Yeah.
Oh, I cracked myself up.
Hashtag Cat.
Wrong.
Yes, Rebecca, you're right. Him and Eugene would have been besties.
Yep, they would have been blowing all kinds of shit up.
Oh my!
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
imagine?
I
Can you
love
imagine Nat and Eugene?
Oh
Love
yeah, I mean it would have been perfect. They would have been perfect best friends for sure. Hey, Casey's like Cat. I'd ship it.
Thank you, Casey. Thank
Yep.
you.
They'd be
Yeah.
BFFs.
Right.
Oh, it's so good.
I know that would be cool. Jennifer said they need to have Nat's twin brother that they came across and bring him back with them.
I agree.
So is
Yeah.
it Nate, Nat, and Nate?
Nat
But
and Nate.
but there's twin brothers Nate, Nat, and Nate.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Did she mercy Nat, or did she get interrupted? Because I'm hoping that we don't see a little Walker Nat running around.
I don't think we saw it. I don't know.
No, we didn't see
I
it.
didn't see her mercy it.
I mean, Rick leaned down and handed her back her sword, and then we didn't see.
Yeah.
So she had to have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have. That character definitely would have. She wouldn't have left him lying there like she did the other soldiers.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So.
true. That's true. That's true.
Okay.
All right. What else we got?
So I just to put this question out there,
Uh-oh.
now that we've got the Rick and Michonne spinoff and we've got Daryl and we've got the Book of Carol coming out soon. Does anybody seem to think that we're going to see Rick's brother?
Jeffrey?
And if so, who do you think would play him? I think Thomas Jane would be a good choice.
Yes.
I think he would. But I think that if we see him, we're going to see him in Daryl's spinoff because Daryl is over in Europe.
So did we ever figure out or find out who the family was that was on the boat?
We just saw pictures of them.
So but we don't know their names or anything.
We don't
so
know.
We don't know if that might have been him. That's what I was thinking when I first saw that. Is I wondered if that was his brother.
No, I don't think it was.
Okay.
Anissa said Viggo Mortensen would be good too.
Didn't you hear? It was Greg Nicotero.
Stop. My heart.
I just love doing that to Carol.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Dawn, we talk about side pieces.
Yeah, and you got Savini too,
Well, Savini ain't even a side piece. He's in a category all his own.
He's the piece. Casey, I do not think we ever heard her say what she calls the walkers. I don't think we ever heard that.
We haven't. We may hear that in future episodes, but I don't think she mentioned it when she was being interrogated.
It's kind of one of those games of how many names can you have for a zombie? Whalers, walkers, biters, chompers. Yeah.
Yeah. Deados.
Dittos.
Yeah.
Maybe
So.
she uses whalers. Maybe that's what they use.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Kiki says Tom Hardy to play Rick's brother.
Shit, with a drool face. Yeah,
Smiley.
Smiley. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, all he'd do is just smile in the entire episode. It would freak the hell out.
You know, when you said that, Carol, the first person that came to my mind was that I can't think of his name off the top of my head now. The one that we met, that played with Norman Reedus in Boondock Saints. What's
Boondicks.
his name?
He
Boondicks.
said Boondicks.
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Thank you. That's the
he
first
was-
person that popped in my head when you said his brother. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's a cutie patootie too.
But I'm still wrapped around Boondicks.
I didn't say that. You thought you heard that.
Dawn heard it. Dawn heard it.
Nah.
Her brain has been on Boone Dix for all. As soon as she looks up, y'all, you got to understand that Eliza has almost a full naked picture of John Bernthal. So if you see her looking up from her camera, that's what she's looking at. Is she's looking at a naked John Bernthal.
And he's got on a pair of shorts, but from right here, all you see is this little thing at the top, and it looks like his little winker sticking up.
His
But
little. His little winker.
I think we should clip this and tag John Bernthal in it.
But I'm telling y'all,
I
y'all
think
go
he's
back.
going to be offended.
He's
Little.
I remember
you
that
can see
lady.
just the top of his big wanker.
There you go.
And where is this picture? It's right above my desk. I'm on the top shelf.
Her bed, right above her bed.
I'm looking right at it. Rebecca, it's right there.
Oh my gosh. She's wiping the drool. Yeah, Aaron Cameron says, we need to see it.
Oh, Lord. Hang on.
She's going to get her birdie down.
Come here, Pookie.
Look at that. Look at that, ladies. Yum.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. I lay with him after.
Oh, the peace sign does the balloons, Casey said. But you got to do it more towards.
Towards the camera.
You don't do it on my camera.
Close.
The hell with you. Oh,
Yeah.
on my phone.
Thanks,
I'm
Casey. Now we're going to spend the next 20 minutes making peace signs on our phones.
gonna- We are for peace
Yeah, thanks, Casey.
and balloons.
And
John
this is
dropped
it.
something on the floor while he hiked up his jeans and bent straight over.
Gave me a show. I stood there. I don't blame you, Anissa. I'd have stood there too. That's so funny. Well, anything else?
No, I got my theory and I'm ready for episode 3.
Yeah, I'm excited. Now that I've seen these 2 episodes, now I want to get into the meat. Sorry, John Bernthal. I want to get into the meat.
No, I agree. We've seen his episode, her episode. Now we need to see their episodes and getting out of there. And
Mhm.
I'm curious to see what happens with Jadis.
Yeah, and I agree with Dawn. I don't want this Rick for another episode. I want our, take charge,
The tilt
figure
in the
things
head.
out.
This isn't a democracy anymore, Rick. Yeah.
That's right.
Send me a postcard.
Yeah, because he was more himself, trying to figure out how to get out of there, the escapes and fighting with Okafor, and now it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just
Maybe he felt broken again because he died. Like he was, got all these books from him and was thinking he was going to do a plan, and then now he's gone.
Mhm.
Right. And Casey asked a question. He's like, what is the end game for this show? The CRM is too big to take down by themselves. And I think that's the whole point, is for them to get home so that they can fight the CRM, because it's coming. That battle's coming.
Well, see, and if you remember on World Beyond, Iris was going to Portland. Hope was going to CRP. What we learned in the World Beyond is the Civil Republic of Philadelphia, which is kind of like the governing body, doesn't realize all of the bad stuff that the military side's doing. And so it's kind of just a rogue military, that's out there. So I don't know. I don't know if the CRP will step in and shut them down, or.
And then we have to wonder if who the villain is in Dead City. Is it attached to the CRM, and is France? We know they have to be, because they're doing experiments.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm
Wonder if
wondering.
Rick's brother that came in and shot the scientist.
Maybe.
Yeah, we haven't seen that much of the variant Walker either.
Yeah. We've seen him more in Daryl's
Mm-hmm.
series than we have in any of them.
Right.
So, I think it's all connected. I think that It's all connected. We're gonna figure it out for sure.
That's why I tell everybody if they can't get through it, they have to get through it so they can understand the connection. If they're so into the show, you got to understand it.
Right. Yeah, I think that's important. I mean, you don't have to watch it to get it, but it's good for you if you're wanting to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. If you enjoy it, like Casey said, World Beyond Yawn, but if you enjoy the theories and the episodes of, the spin-offs of Daryl Dixon and the Dead City and the original show, you want to understand a little bit more of what's going on.
Yeah, and the first season of World Beyond is a little difficult because it is all character building and all of that. But if you can get through that and get to the second season, then it kind of.
I enjoyed it the second time around. I watched it the second time around. I think I enjoyed it more.
So they have released the title for the last episode. Then I guess it's called The Last Time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
For the last episode of this series.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Last Time. Yeah. And Pollyanna is only in 4 episodes.
Interesting.
She's not in 5 or 6.
Have they released everybody? Because they might be keeping that quiet.
Well, they show Leslie Ann Brandt. She's in 4 episodes.
Because I heard they wasn't releasing the names yet of who was in the episode.
Okay.
Because they were trying to keep it hush hush.
Which is what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But looking at IMDb, they did show the last 6 episode title, unless that could also be not factual too.
Mm-hmm.
And Kiki said Michonne wrote and directed episode 4.
Maria said, Jadis has to go. Let Spock have his hairdo back. That's some dedication there for her to say, I will cut my hair like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it is with the haircuts, though, that I don't get it.
Yeah. But you know what? If I had the opportunity, I'd probably do the same thing.
It's crazy.
Anyway.
I think that's the question I'm going to ask her at camp. What is with the haircuts?
They're making me do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be a bald cap and a wig, because I was watching, with Austin Butler in the new Dune.
Oh my gosh.
He was willing to shave his head, and he's like, nope, because we've got to have you for another show. And so that was all bald cap. So it's possible that it's a bald cap with a wig on it. But I bet you $10 she'd cut it, because I've seen her with really short hair on her Instagram.
Right.
Right, but in the flashback, she has the long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually looks nice.
Yeah, that was probably the wig over the short haircut.
I wonder if she was playing house with him.
Maybe
she did lay with him after.
Maybe he had no choice.
Right.
Maybe he didn't, like you said, maybe he walked in there with amnesia and he thought that was his woman. Who knows?
I lay with you before and after. Mm-mm-mm.
All right.
Well, you tell him I said hi, Casey.
Nice.
We like to thank our Patreons and financial supporters of our show. And before I do that, we got our Patreon shirts in today, and I'm so excited.
Yay!
Marianne did a
Fantastic.
fabulous job designing, and Crystal Harrison did these shirts for us, and she did fantastic.
Oh, those are awesome.
I'm so excited to get those.
Yes. And if you want one of these shirts, just become a Patreon. We want to thank our supporters, Destiny Larmore, Terry and Kay Collier, and I'd like to wish Kay a very happy birthday today.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
Tracy Killen Stokes, Ben and Melissa Gilbert, Pamela Blythe, Marianne Craig, Brandon Cade, Jason Cohn, Wesley and Sarah Hale, Randy Nickel, and we like to wish Randy a happy birthday. It was yesterday. We love you, Randy. Jasmine Mullins, Edward and Diana Ponce Krupa, Melissa Patterson, and Dustin Baker. And our very special thanks to our Camp Molly and Poppy, Oscar and Casey.
Yay.
Yay.
All
Happy
the
birthday, Randy. Happy birthday, Kay. Happy birthday, Carol.
Thank you.
And if you want to check us out on Facebook. We have a podcast page and a group page. Group page is where we play our games and give out prizes. Barb has some games. You want to tell them what the games are, Barb?
Mine?
Yes, yours.
Mine are all I do a lot of trivia on the weekends. They're variety games on the weekends. During the week, I like to flip it up a little bit with Caption This and a couple of different games during the week.
Barb, do you have any
Sporadically.
trivia for tonight?
No, not tonight.
You don't have a question you could come up with? Because we still have that dirty bingo ticket.
Oh, you want to do the dirty bingo ticket? Okay. I have the ones from last week that I didn't do.
Okay.
You want a hard one or an easy one?
Well, we'll start hard and see if anybody gets it.
All right. When the group went to Oceanside to get the guns and they brought them back to Jadis, how many guns were there? That's a hard one.
And this is for a dirty bingo ticket.
And you must be at camp.
Yes. You guys try to guess that one while I look for another question.
100. Jennifer said 137. No, Ben.
I don't remember if Tara or Rick said it, but Jadis asked, and Tara answered how many there were exactly.
But you can check us out on Instagram and Spotify also.
Yes.
And YouTube.
No, it's a little too high, guys.
It's below 100. We'll give you one hint, and that's it. And I got another question, so just in case we don't get that one. I don't think I asked this one last
Nobody's
week.
getting it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
63.
I see it. Yeah.
Kiki,
Wow.
Kiki got it. 63. Is that right? Go.
Exactly. 63.
Yay! You got
Hey,
it, Kiki.
Kiki.
Yay, Kiki.
I really didn't think I was going to see an answer. Good job.
She's stacking up on the events.
Yeah, she is. Why do people want to be a Patreon, Dawn?
So they can get this fabulous t-shirt.
Yes.
And we give back to TWD community. Everything we do, we don't buy expensive equipment. You don't see us, we're using our phone. It all goes back to the community to give back. Yes. That's why.
Yes. I love it. Okay. That's it for
And
tonight.
then
You have anything else you want to give away, Eliza?
Nope.
we're going to talk about who's here Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We have the amazing artist Kirk Manley will be joining us.
Had the
Yeah.
opportunity to meet him in Atlanta, and he was just fantastic. He was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Really liked him.
And then next Thursday, who do we have, Dawn?
Scott, Victor on
Victor from, yeah.
I'm with the lunchbox.
That's right. We'll have Victor as part of the cast of From. It's always hard to say from.
I know.
From
Yeah.
From the show From.
From
And
the
guys,
show
if you
From.
have not watched From, please watch it. You'll love it. You'll be addicted right
Yeah.
off the first 5 minutes.
This is our third cast member, correct? From that show?
Yes. Yes, he's our third cast member.
Pretty
And
awesome.
we're working to get the others. Ain't too proud to beg. Ain't too proud to beg. All right, Kiki, I just sent you an email. Let me know you got it. All right, I think that's it for tonight, guys.
Mhm.
We'll see y'all Thursday.
See you on Thursday. And
Bye.
We love you guys.